Welcome back to my channel. I'm Dom and I read and write books. It is December 27th and I have the entire day free. So I'm going to try and finish draft 1 of Dance and Drive. Now I have about 3 chapters left that I've kind of mapped out and about 1,500 words to get to my goal. So it's very doable. So we're going to sprint for a while and just in general try and finish the draft. I'm really excited. I know that I've talked about this draft and I've said it's a struggle. I've literally talked about it everywhere. Threads, Instagram, here. I've talked about how much it's been so hard to write this draft of this book. But I think it's because it's challenging me. I think it's because it's actually requiring more out of me than my other books have. For the most part, the groundwork that has been laid down, I'm actually very proud of. So I don't know how long this vlog is going to be. I think it's going to come down to how quickly I'm able to get through this draft. But I'm also going to be having conversations with people, asking for some feedback from some of the writing groups I'm a part of to see if I'm heading in the right direction before I solidify this being completed. Now, my first drafts are usually pretty rough. I usually outline the draft and then I write my general first idea out. And then the second draft is coming back and doing major plot changes and shifting the perspective and themes of the story and coming up with the overall idea that I want to convey. But I think because this is the second book in a standalone series, I had a little bit more of an idea of the setting and the characters. So I don't think the shifts are going to be as big as they have been in other stories. I think it's more so going to be subplot shifts. The romance is pretty solid. It's the subplots that I'm not too sure of. And then of course line editing, the lines itself. But that'll come later. First things first, let's get through finishing this draft. I'm on the last chapter and I don't know what to do. This is the big finale. I don't know if she should give like an internal monologue speech about how much she loves him. I don't know if I should have her interact with her family and friends more. I'm not sure at all what should happen. I'm pretty sure I know what the epilogue's gonna be. And I have to go back and finish a sex scene that I stopped yesterday because I didn't know what I was doing with it. And then I'm done. But yeah, I don't know what to do for this ending. So far, the chapter is 1,062 words. I feel like the entire chapter needs to be flushed out more. But I don't know if I just want to quickly do it as much as I can and then come back and fix it. But that just seems counterproductive to not do the best I can now, to have to fix it less. But the problem is I don't know what to do. Maybe I should send the last chapter to my critique partner and ask them questions about what should be done. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. But the problem is I don't think she's going to get back to me today. So I think I'm just going to do the best I can with it. And then next month in January, while I'm leaving it alone, I'll ask her to come back and just take a look at this last chapter and tell me what she thinks. But also for a bonus chapter for my newsletter, I want to write the first chapter from Callahan's perspective, like the first chapter that they meet from the male love lead's perspective, because it's single POV first person and it's just Monty the entire story. So I want to show what Callahan saw and what he thought during their first meeting. And I think that'd be a nice little bonus for the newsletter. But yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm doing for this last chapter. One of my writing friends just told me she'll help me brainstorm though. So maybe I should take advantage of that and ask her. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to take advantage and ask her and see what her thoughts are. And then also, I need to talk to somebody about the third book in this series because I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do for the third book because realistically, the third book should follow Callahan's sister Manon because she's the connected one to the group of friends that this kind of series is following. But Manon is white, and I don't know how I feel about writing a white main character because my whole thing is about writing Black plus size women finding love, and like her love interest is a Black plus size woman, but the problem with showing it from her love interest point of view is that she's not connected to the other ones, and I would have to somehow make her connected to the other ones while also not having her be in Manon's life. And the thing is, it's a second chance romance. So she's met everybody that Manon kind of knows in the city. So it's not like she doesn't hang out with them. But if she's like going to their, because it's 5 years later, the third book takes place like 5 years later. If she's not going to like their birthday parties or anything because Manon's going to the birthday parties, then how is she staying connected with them? You know what I'm saying? It's very complicated. So I have to talk to people about that too. But yeah, let's chat with someone about this and then we'll come back. Okay, so I sent the last chapter to her and she gave me some feedback, and it's really good feedback. And she also offered to like take a look at the whole book and give me like an alpha read, which I really appreciate because I really respect this author. It's author Fortuna Lux. And she's the one who helped me with my blurb, and she's given me all of this advice. She's like a really good friend. We only met a couple weeks ago through Threads, and she's been so integral to the improvement of my book. So I really appreciate her so much, and I'm so excited to read her writing. I bought like a few of her books, and it's on my TBR for the new year. But anyway, so she said the pacing is a little fast in places because we go from like a super emotional scene to then like a joyful one because it's the end of the book and it's that big moment. And then she said the dialogue is too polished, which I have a problem with, especially when they're drunk. Instead of making them sound drunk, I tend to make them speak as they normally would. So that's something I needed to work on in general. And then I need to explain the bar a little bit more. I know I didn't do it because I explained the bar in the first time they go there when she visits his family. Well, this is the thing. She's visiting his family in Boston. I don't know if I talked about where she was. And so the first time she visited his family, I described the bar, but I guess I can do like a little reminder of what the bar looks like and smells like and feels like. But yeah, I just have to fix that. And then she said it wavers between past and present tense, which that's probably my number one struggle with writing nonstop. I waver between past and present tense. So yeah, I knew that, especially for a first draft. But yeah, so this is some good advice. I think I'm going to take this and work the last chapter a little bit more. We'll see. She did say on the positive side that I nailed the emotional depth and the feel-good holiday vibe, and that the dynamics between the characters feel real. But yeah, it was very helpful. She's very helpful. And just based off of the way she handles herself in critiquing others and helping others, I can't wait to read her work because she's, like I said, been so integral to the progression of this book. Like, she pretty much wrote my blurb. I had a blurb before and it was okay. I knew it wasn't good. I literally said on Threads that no one's picking up my book based off of the blurb. And then she took it and she wrote it, and it's freaking bomb. It's so good. I just posted about it on Instagram if you want to see what the blurb is. But yeah, she's so good. I can't wait to read her stuff. She also does do blurb writing for a fee, but she did it for me for free. So a really good friend that I met a few weeks ago. Very lucky. So I think I'm going to take a break and maybe have some food. It's 4:42. I started at 1 p.m. So we still have a lot to do. I have to go back and finish that sex scene. I need to finish the epilogue. And then I need to flush out the last chapter a little bit more. And then I'm gonna go through and see if there's any more chapters I want to add on. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm surprised by how long it's taking me to finish this book. I only had like 3 chapters left, and I ended up cutting like 1.5 chapters and like not writing them because I didn't think they were necessary. And it is 7:20 p.m. I started this at 1 p.m. It has been 6 hours and 20 minutes and I'm still not done. I'm stuck on this sex scene. I either really like writing a sex scene or I really don't like it and it feels so cringe. Usually when I try and step outside of like vanilla sex, like just the basic getting it on vibes, when I try and go outside of that, I feel so awkward and I don't know what to do. So I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this or if it's too revealing, but Monty likes a particular type of sex, and the first and second time they kind of had sex, it wasn't what she usually goes for because she didn't trust him. It was like that kind of, you know, where you have to have a certain level of trust for your partner. Now she does, and so now they're having the big sex scene where it's supposed to be everything. And like, don't get me wrong, the other sex scenes that I wrote were very important to the plot. The first one was like an introduction. The second one was more of a passionate lovemaking. And then this one is a solidifier to show how much she trusts him as opposed to how little she trusts him at the start. But I'm like dying writing it, and I know it should be a pretty long scene because there's a lot of back story to it, but it's also like I just I just want to like fade to black and be like, it happened, this is how she felt after. But yeah, no. So all I have left, I've pretty much finished the epilogue. I can't write the last line of the epilogue because I need to wait to decide what the title of the book is going to be to tie that in a little bit. But I only have this sex scene left and then I'm done. I'm honestly just so ready to be done with this draft. I have written 3,772 words in it today. Let me see this sex scene. I'd say I'd probably have another 300 or 400 words left to write in this sex scene. And then that's it, I'm done. I'm so ready to be done. Oh, I'm not done. So I said before I want to write a bonus chapter from Callahan's point of view. Technically, I don't need to write this for the first draft, but it kind of seems like cheating if I don't. But I also want to be done with this by 9 o'clock so I can read. I don't know what that means. I'm so determined to finish this first draft today. I refuse to walk away from this computer till I finish this first draft. But I'm getting defeated. Okay, sex scene, Callahan chapter. Then I'm done. We can do this. We can do this. It's 9:38. We finished draft 1. I'm exhausted. I don't want to be at this computer anymore. I don't want to look at writing. I thought when I was done, I was going to be so excited and so ready to just like go and work on something else because this has been consuming me for the last 2 months. But I honestly think I don't want to see this or computer, this office, this area for at least a solid 2 days. Which I know is not going to happen, but that's how I feel right now because I've been sitting here for the most of the day for the last 9 hours. 9 hours to write 4,727 words. It's never taken me that long to write this much, but I feel like it's because I had to be very intentional with these words because I was ending the book. So it wasn't just like I was making up chapters as I went along and just writing whatever I wanted to write. But I'm done. I am done. I am done the first draft of Project Dance and Drive, and I am so so excited to just walk away from it for a little bit. Well, that's it. That's it for this vlog. That's it for this draft. We are done. We are done draft 1. We can officially say that and just be freaking finished. But thank you so much for watching and coming along on this journey. And I can't wait to continue to show you more of the development of this story as it happens. But I hope that you enjoyed yourself and that your next book is a 5-star read. And I hope that you have an amazing day.